Today we're going to be creating a presentation with Sway, and that presentation in this case will be about Vocabulario 2B, but it will work with any other of the presentations that we may have. So we are going to click on today's folder. Remember to submit your attendance verification for the day. We are going to have two documents here. One is instructions on how to create the presentation with Sway, and the other is the vocabulary that we have for this chapter. So my recommendation is to open the vocabulary in a different page so you can access that vocabulary. The best thing we can do with that is to download it. So let's download that vocabulary so we have it here. And then the other thing we need to open is the instructions that we are going to follow in order to create our presentation. So we're going to click here, find here the instructions on how to create a presentation with Sway. We start from the first steps. The first step is, of course, to go through the portal.pasadenaisd.org so you can access the Sway that belongs to the district. So go to portal.pasadenaisd.org so you can access the Sway from there. So we're going to click on Office 365. We are going to click on the top left where you see these 9 dots. And after we click there, we should be able to see all the applications in Office 365. Okay, we're going to click on Sway, and once we click on Sway, we are going to click on New Blank Sway. If you follow instructions, you're going to see this. All these steps are going to be here. The first thing we are going to do is to create our presentation, our title card. The title card will have the title there. So the title is here on step 7, is Vocabulario Capítulo 2B. So that is the title we are going to have here. Then you are going to write your name. Remember, this is a fictitious student. So your title should have emphasize on. Okay, so highlight your title and make sure you select emphasize. Then highlight your name and click on accent. The next thing that we need to do is to find a background picture for the title card. So click here on background, and in suggested, click on Bing Images. And you need to select a picture that depicts the information in the vocabulary. So you're going to take a look at the vocabulary, have a general idea of what it is about. I can see a check, a cash register, a shirt that's too tight, buying. So it is a little obvious that the general theme of the vocabulary is about going shopping. So let's find a picture about shopping. Remember to select Bing Images here. So we're going to find our shopping picture. We're going to drag and drop it into the background box. Okay, so we completed our title card at this moment. Remember, write your title, highlight your title, make sure emphasize is selected. That will make your text look a little bold. And you're going to highlight your name, make sure accent is selected. It's going to give an slanted look to your name. Now we need to start adding words in the vocabulary. If you follow the instructions, we are going to have that we are going to select the first word. We have in Spanish here. We are going to click on the plus sign at the bottom of the title card. We are going to select heading 1. And then we are going to add the first Spanish word that we have there. It is el algodón. El algodón in English is the cotton. So we are going to write both the Spanish and the English term in this heading card. We are going to highlight the Spanish term, click on emphasize. We are going to highlight the English term, click on accent. Okay. These are the only two ways to make your text look different in Sway. Okay, remember you don't choose here the type of font or anything like that. Sway finds it for you, so you only give it some kind of indication to show these words different than these words. Okay, and you do it through emphasize or accent. Now we need to find a picture about cotton, el algodón. So that is what we're going to do in our search box. Now we are going to write cotton or algodón, and we are going to drag and drop a picture there. So we have a depiction, a picture of depiction of the cotton, el algodón. So this is the first word. We are going to proceed to the next word. We are going to click on the plus sign again. We are going to click on heading 1. And we are going to find the next word we have in the vocabulary. The next word we have is alto. And we already studied alto, that means tall, but this alto means height. So now we are going to learn another meaning for alto, that is height, like when describing a number or a price. So we're going to write alto. Remember, alto is an adjective, so it will change depending of the noun. If it is feminine, it's going to take a feminine ending. If it is masculine, it will take a masculine ending. If it is singular, it will not have an S. If it is plural, it will have an S. Okay? So I wrote the four possible endings for the adjective alto. And now we are going to highlight the Spanish term, click on emphasize. We are going to highlight the English term and click on accent, so they don't look the same when we find them. And we're going to find a picture for Alto that depicts a number that is high. Okay, let's high school. It is in some way the same meaning in Spanish, but we really don't have a direct equivalent to high school. So even though it would work, let's find another expression that goes the same. New high score. This would actually be a direct translation. Nueva puntuación alta. So it works. In this case, when you translate it, we will be a feminine alta, because score, puntuación, in Spanish is feminine. High voltage would work the same. Let's see. I think we can do it with high voltage. It's alto voltaje in Spanish. So it's a direct translation. So we have our first two words. Now, what we need to do is you need to repeat these steps in order to complete all the words in the vocabulary. But we better do this step now, so you have this presentation already in your website and I am able to grade it later. Remember, if you don't put this presentation into your website by embedding it, if you do not embed this presentation into your website, I will not be able to see it. So you need to make sure you put it there. And we're going to do it now. One of the first things we're going to do before that is make sure it has the correct design style. So we're going to click on design on the top left. Then we're going to click on styles on the top right. And we are going to select slides, because this is a presentation. So we can go from one slide to the next one, like a PowerPoint presentation. Of course, the website, and this is something that you have to be careful, because sometimes when I tell the students select slides in the presentation, they automatically go to their website and also change to slides in their website. Okay, be careful with doing that. Your website should always be vertical. Okay, so you can scroll up and down like I'm doing now. So your website will always be vertical. It has to be vertical so I can see your work. If you don't put it vertical in your website, I will not be able to see your work. Okay, horizontal is something we're not using at this moment. We haven't used it yet. And it works more like for an ebook. The one we're going to use is slides. The slides, as you can see, you cannot scroll up and down, you cannot scroll left and right. You can only go through these navigation buttons here at the bottom of the page, and then you can see the different slides you have in the presentation. So remember, go to design, go to styles, and select slides. Now you need to put this presentation into your website, and this step is very important. So you're going to click on share. You're going to click on get embed code. That is a computer code that we're going to put in our website. Click here, copy to clipboard. Click on close. And now you can click on Sway here on the top, and you're going to find your website. If you are a new student, then you will have to create your website. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will help you with that. If you were already here, then you already have your website. That is the one that says Bienvenido. Bienvenido al sitio web de. And now we are going to add our presentation. So you should have your presentaciones heading, and then you should have your vocabulario 2A presentation here. In case you don't have your presentaciones heading, there are instructions here to complete your presentaciones heading in the instructions that we have here. So in case you need to create your presentaciones heading, you have to go through these steps 25 through 29. So you can create your presentation. Your presentaciones heading. Okay. So now, if you already have your presentaciones heading, you already have your vocabulario dorsal here, we are going to click on the plus sign here, and we are going to click on media, and then we are going to click on embed. That will create an embed card. Click here where it says at the bottom, paste your embed code here. Click there and paste the code that you just copied. If you click out of the box, this will turn black, and that means that you already copied the code. Now, always check if what you did is right. You always need to go to here, the top right where it says play, click play. If you click on play, you're going to see that we have our website here. You can scroll up and down, and then you can find our presentaciones heading, and under our presentaciones heading, you can find our vocabulario presentation, vocabulario capítulo dorsal, that is the one we did before, and then you can find our capítulo dos presentation, that is the one we just pasted, that we just embedded. Observe how we can go through the different slides in the presentation. Okay, so this is how you add a new presentation, create a new presentation, and add it to your website.